We're joined by Walt Mossberg and Swisher from Recode. Thanks so much for joining us. What a fantastic conference so far.
Thank you.
It seems like there are a number of big themes here when it's reinventing the future of media. And one of those is sort of the power of the platform. How important are these various platforms in terms of changing the way people consume content, Walt?
I think they're very important, and I think when we talk about content, we talk about not only what Ed was talking about, which is journalism, but we're hearing about music, we're hearing about video. Obviously, some of the big companies have super important platforms, but a lot of startups do too.
Yeah. I'm completely confused, really, frankly, because you're hearing from different people, like Facebook saying, put your content on our platform, and that's how you'll win. Nick Denton from Gawker is saying, don't go on any platform, you can't win. You have, Evan saying something else. You have Tyler, the creator, saying, I'm not going on Twitter anymore because why should I give them my content? So being a content creator right now is literally the most confusing time of where you're going to get the most audience.
Well, what about the content itself? I mean, we heard a little bit from Chris Cox at Facebook about the potential in virtual reality.
Well, it could be virtual reality. It's a question if they can make it not nauseous. There's issues around that. I think probably the idea of what Oculus is doing, and even Google Glass, the idea of things in front of your face, is going to be a big idea. I think it's going to be a big idea. I just think it's not quite ready for prime time yet, but some of the advances they're making are, massive. It's interesting that Facebook owns that company. Then you have Evan Williams talking about long reads, like these longer reads and different ways of people consuming. It's just all over the place. I mean, content's never been a better time to be in content. It's getting a lot of funding. You see the fundings of BuzzFeed and Business Insider and Vox and Vice, and they're massive. These are massive funding. And big investors like Mark Andreessen getting in here. It's kind of an interesting time.
And then as content changes, the question is how is advertising going to change to go along with it? We saw with BuzzFeed a lot of talk about native.
We are so confused about that. I can't begin to tell you.
That means there's a lot of stuff is in flux right now. So BuzzFeed's talking about native content, which is basically ads, disguised, dressed up like regular articles. The New York Times is also doing it.
Right. Then there's programmatic, which is based on that's just a computer generated.
It's like an
computers
algorithm.
Talking to computers.
Right. Well, there's also affiliate marketing where you get paid for selling things and everything else. I'm thinking of throwing Walt out of a plane, taping it, and he's landing in a Red Bull zone or something like anyone who will pay us to do things like that.
We're doing that
tomorrow,
right? Yeah.
So it seems like it's a good time to be a consumer of media. Is it a good time to be a producer of media?
Yes, I think content
is.
I think making content never been a better time because there's so many outlets to do it.
But as true as all that is, I don't think anybody has figured out how to get their arms around it in a real business sense.
Right. Certainly a fascinating time for the quickly shifting media landscape.
Absolutely.
Walt and Kara, thanks so much for joining us.